We are less than 3 months away from the start of the World Cup, and the clock is firmly locked. To understand the sheer volume of this event, look at the logistics of 104 matches. The U.S. is essentially hosting 104 individual Super Bowls simultaneously across the continent. Security needs extend beyond the stadium gates to massive peripheral events, where tens of thousands of fans gather in open-air zones. Coordinating 104 distinct matches alongside these sprawling side events creates a continent-wide security challenge that requires years of flawlessly funded planning to execute safely. Local host cities rely on hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funds to pay for this specialized security apparatus. The Department of Homeland Security promised to deliver those funds to the cities, providing the necessary capital to begin hiring. The DHS set a firm deadline of January 30th to deliver the money, but that date passed without a single payment being made. This broken promise has created a logistical vacuum. What should have been a steady rollout is now a frantic race against an immovable kickoff. While the federal government oversees the operation, they don't simply deploy thousands of their own agents to guard every stadium perimeter. Instead, federal money flows to local cities to hire massive fleets of private security contractors. This follows a rigid procurement pipeline mapped out on a Gantt chart. Once cities have the money, they must open bidding, select contractors, vet personnel, and train guards. This administrative process takes months at an absolute minimum to complete. These funds pay for the guards required to man metal detectors and conduct bag checks. Without that federal money in hand, cities cannot legally begin the hiring process, which effectively shatters the preparation window. But while the paperwork stalls, security forces are tracking active physical threats as the clock continues to tick. State and federal intelligence reports are already monitoring concerning online chatter surrounding the event. One identified threat involves online discussions about attacking vulnerable rail infrastructure in the U.S. and Canada. Intelligence officials view this as a baseline vulnerability that host cities are expected to harden against. The funding delay is eating into the time required to deploy physical countermeasures against these exact infrastructural threats. Despite the missing millions and the active intelligence chatter, no official has suggested canceling a single match. Host cities remain resolute and excited, pushing forward with the games as scheduled. This forward momentum comes at a cost. The comfortable safety margin for preparation has been completely erased by the DHS delays. This reveals a specific challenge of mega events. The friction of internal bureaucracy can create as much risk as any external threat. Local security forces are now forced to coordinate the security for 104 high-stakes matches on an incredibly tight timeline. The 104 matches will kick off on time, but the delayed federal funding has turned a methodical security rollout into a high-stakes sprint to the finish line.